I often take these night shift walks when the foreman's not around. I turn my back on the cooling stacks and make for open ground. Far out beyond the tank farm fence where the gas flare makes no sound. I forget the stink and I always think back to that eastern town. I remember back 6 years ago, this western life we chose. And every day the news would say some factory's going to close. Well, I could have stayed to take the dough, but I'm not one of those. I take nothing free and that makes me an idiot, I suppose. So I bid farewell to the eastern town I never more will see. Oh, work we must, so I eat this dust and breathe refinery. Oh, I miss the green and the woods and streams, and I don't like cowboy clothes. But I like being free, and that makes me an idiot, I suppose. So come on, you fine young fellows who've been beaten to the ground. This western life's no paradise, but it's better than lying down. Oh, the streets are clean and there's nothing green, and the hills are dirty brown. But the government all will rot your soul back there in your hometown. So bid farewell to the eastern town you never more will see. There's self-respect and a steady check in this refinery. You will miss the green and the woods and streams, and the dust will fill your nose. But you'll be free and just like me, an idiot, I suppose.
Hey,
Hey, man.
hey, what's up, Bird? You want to come on camera with me?
Yeah, want to just pop it on here, dude?
Yeah. Pop it on here. Then I can go like that, and oh, look at that sexy man. Let me go like, hold on.
Hey.
Let me make me a little bit smaller here, and then we go. What's that?
Yeah, make this giant head smaller, dude.
We're gonna
Impossible.
go sexy bird. Select the window. That one. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that sexy mofongo. Here we go. Oh,
Hey.
Hey,
man. Hey.
man. You ready to talk about some role play?
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh, no, some role play. That's what we live for, right? Or, I mean, it's not what we live for, but it's hopefully what we want to.
My life's purpose, man.
Yeah. I mean, you right-click your disk up and hide icons right now. Wait, what? I don't have that. Clean your desktop. It's messy. Shut up. We're here to talk about role play. Okay?
It's a little messy.
Hey, listen. Only idiots. Okay, only idiots are like they keep things in order. Listen, true geniuses, They fucking master chaos, okay? Why do you think Bird, why do you think Bird has, is behind him is blurred, huh?
Bro, my room is a fucking mess right now. So you picked the worst time for it, dude. I got rid of like 15 years worth of clothes, and now I just have them stacked up on the side of my bed. I was like, I can't look super too crazy.
All right, let me just put something else in the background before people absolutely fucking loses it. Where is it? Put this. Where is it? Stream. I accidentally right clicked and then put it in order. There we go. Fucking. No, hold on. We put it in shit. There we go. It's not shit, but we put it in here. Anyways, let's just put this out here, and then people can fucking just sit there and look at that. How about that? You thrive in chaos and you can't find nothing. No, it's because I just deleted a lot of stuff and then I right clicked and then click the button that says like order, put things in order, and because my shit one used to be up in the top right corner, it's now over here. I can't. No. But yes, we're here to talk about role play, how to how to actually get some role play without the need of scripts, because on ranch role play we have a lot of players all the time. We have a full server every single night, and a lot of people are dependent on scripts, and that's completely fine. You need a script to send someone to Sisika. You need a script to send someone out of Sisika. You need a script to go fucking U/P. You need a script for all the things, but at the end of the day, we only got two people, all right? We got Golden and Leo. They both have full-time jobs, and, well, Leo has a girlfriend. And they, I mean, Golden has you. So
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I treat him all right.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we are very limited because we don't have people who are like hired to sit here 40 hours a week and just code. We only have two guys who's got full-time jobs. They also want to hang out with their friends and be social and play, and there's just not enough hours in the day. So we want to talk a little bit about how you can actually start role-playing without the need of someone else to code something for you. And there are a bajillion ways of doing that. Bird does it himself currently. He's building up something, a whole new story. He's been, since summer last year or something like that?
Probably like right before, like a few months before April last year, I think.
Yeah, because you just mentioned, was it the classic? You had an interview with his doctor character, and he said you've been doctor since April or something like that?
Yeah, I've been sitting at a medical assistant for 6 months, just trying to make sure I get to the point I need to be before I just go and take that little test.
Exactly.
Got some big plans.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't require any script, right? So if any of you guys remember this little fucking red-haired little inbred piece of shit named Rainier, he became a janitor. Right, he became a janitor and got hired places, and it didn't really need a script. You know what I mean? There's endless possibility for you guys to get some role play rolling without Golden or Leo to code something. A lot of the times, it just maybe requires someone, the staff team, to maybe just think outside of the box. We currently have veterinarians on the server. There's no script for veterinarians. We can go in and manually remove what's it called? An injury on a horse. We can go in there and manually remove it. But there's no RP for that. But now there is, right? We got every single ranch gets to hire one vet, and then they RP that they take in the horse, they treat it, they RP around it, and do all the medical procedures that veterinarians do with horses. And then all we gotta do is we gotta go in and just read. I'll give you guys a little example bample here. Let me get the notion here. Bird, you're going to be cut out here just for
That's fine.
For a quick second here. All right. Oh my God, why is Notion always so slow? Can you not? Please? Okay, of course, fucking Notion chooses to be a piece of shit right now.
No work today.
No, apparently not. It's not loading in, but whatever. I'm letting it sit there and load. Anyways, I'll show you guys in a minute that we basically just have an outside place called Notion. It's kind of like Trello, but with more steps, I guess, where all the veterinarians, they then put in the name of the horse, the owner, and then they document all the RP that they've been doing, feeling where the wound is, assessing the wound, treating the wound, and bringing the horse back to its normal, whatever it's supposed to be. And all of this is just done because these players just really want to role play this, but we can't force the script on. We can't force the script onto, like, say, Golden Leo, get this fucking script done right now. We can't do that, right? So let me just show you guys. Let's take veterinarian overview. Let's take who's Anna Frost. Here we go, Anna Frost. Right. So Anna Frost has done all these. She's not doing one right now. Okay, but let's just take Noel, for example. Right. So the date where they took him in, 19th. This is all her. Okay, the character, the person that plays Anna Frost, whatever ranch it's on, I can't keep track of it. All she does is she goes in, she types in what the injury are, when she took it in, the treatment, and then the date, and then all of this is just what she's done, documenting what she's done on in game, and then she throws in some pictures showing fucking, oh my god, no, she says. There we go. Just to document. And then we go in and we sit and we read all this. It's very good and we're very thorough. And then all we got to do is we just go in and click one button. Reduce injury. Or reduce horse death. That's it. But it creates so much role play for the people that owns the horses, that takes them to the what's it called, to the ranches, to the veterinarians. Creates a lot of role play for the veterinarians. It creates a lot of role play for the people that work with the veterinarians, and it challenges them. All of this is done without a script. This is just something that someone came up with and had the idea, and boom, let's just make it happen. I understand that there's a lot of people that sit there and go, if there's no script for it, it just can't be done. We need a script to RP. You don't necessarily need a script. We have it for the bankers as well. Currently, we have the current bankers. We have Bank of Rose to set up. Bank of Valentine has been set up, but no one's RP'd there yet. And Bank of Saint Denis is about to open up as well. So, oh yeah, I have right here. So again, what we're asking you guys is to think outside of the box. Okay, think outside of the box. If you think that you can do some RP and it requires coding, try to think of a way that your RP could be facilitated without necessarily coding, or reach out to say, I would like to be doing this. How can I do it? And maybe we can sit there and brainstorm a little bit. Can we make this happen without asking Golden or Leo to code something? Which is, again, the recurring, what's the word? Recurring theme, not theme, but it's always the one we got to go back to. Do we have to ask Golden or Leo to do it? But is it something we can assist with, facilitate in one way or another? Pitch it to us, okay? Things can happen. Bird, you can talk a little bit because I'm going to get myself something to drink.
Thank God. I didn't know if I'd catch a second. I was also just trying to fight over a disgusting hangover, so sorry, everybody. Yeah, kind of touching on some of the things that Rainier was saying is the way... Do the Luis voice. Okay, we'll do the Luis voice just for you this one time. That is just for you on that week. But a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about today, because I was totally listening to everything that Rainier just said, uh, is how you can incorporate a lot of like really neat things into your role play. Uh, Again, without just having a script, because I think a lot of the times when players talk to their friends and they're like, "Oh, I can't do this thing because there's no code that lets me, I don't know, drive a Chevy Impala, right?" But you could role play it out. Obviously, that's a little extreme, but there's plenty of ways for players and for staff to be able to assist to kind of give you the tools that you need if it's on like an OOC level, or a million different ways to kind of get creative and supply yourself with your own tools. Because I'll be honest with you, do's and me's are probably some of the biggest things that you can actually incorporate as a tool to give you things that you'd never realize, and it adds a lot of depth to your actual role play and the people around you as well. I know sometimes people will see like, I don't want to say like an impressive do or me, but you'll see something that you're not used to and you'll go, huh, I never thought of that. And then maybe that can give you some inspiration to do cool things like these people who are doing the veterinarians, or we have the bank tellers. Like, just there's so many different options. And look at these people doing it. Fantastic job, bringing a lot of role play to people. I know for a fact for this veterinarian one, I remember when Thunderwig's horse got shot. I tried to do medical role play on a horse. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with a horse. And I told him to go to, I believe it was Nora. And he went over to Nora and got some pretty good role play from what I heard. So these are all just little things that we'll end up touching on to hopefully give some people some inspiration, or at least, if anything, just hear us just babble for however long we're going to babble for. And you guys could see how hungover and miserable I am sitting in this uncomfortable race chair.
But yes, the purpose of this is not just Bird and I sitting here just babbling and yapping and all that. It's also to ask, not to ask, to answer any of you guys' questions. If you have any questions, if you want answers to something, or spitballing ideas or anything, we're here. We're here right now. We can start brainstorming with you guys, because I just sat down with Porter, Big Dog Stone Porter, today, and I said, listen, when we were talking about the strawman role, I said I can't make up a new strawman role on, like, I'm not gonna invent the wheel again, because the possibilities is absolutely unlimited. There's no limit to what the possibilities are. It's only you yourself. So whatever idea you come up with, it might not be possible, but you can rest assured that we will try to look at it and see if there's a way that we can make it happen. But to also touch on the role of strawman. So CRM, about a month ago or something like that, made an announcement where they said they're opening up for applications for the strawman role. And a lot of people were interested in the strawman role. And that's great. It's awesome. Yay. But a lot of the things that we noticed were people not knowing really what the strawman role was about and saying, hey, I want to be a strawman. What can I do? That's not really how it works, right? How it works is that you let's say you want to be a strawman for money laundering, right? Let's say you are a who owns a lot of, what was that? What was the guy's name that ran the general store in Saint Denis for a Wood? No, not Wood.
Woody captain? Wasn't he a captain or something like that?
Westwood.
Oh, Mr. Westwood.
Yes,
okay.
Westwood. So he had this idea of he wanted to like start a holding company and stuff like that, and invest money and be like lend money out and invest money in businesses and just start gaining money from that. Now that in itself, had he reached out, if he'd gotten that up and running before, I think he CK'd his character, but had he like reached out, it makes sense for my character because I have all these fingers and all of these different fucking companies You know, it just makes sense for my character to also be able to money launder. Or he could have just gone, hey man, that strawman sounds cool. I'm already doing this. I'm already doing that. I'm doing all of these things. What is there something that we can add to this? And then we go, you know what? That right there sounds absolutely perfect for a strawman role. For the money laundering, because you already have what it takes. You can just go around to all the businesses that you invested in, put some money in the till, take some money out of the till, boom, bada bing, bada boom. But the recurring thing that we see is that people don't know. They just want to be strawman. They don't actually know what type of strawman they'll be. So you need to come to us and showcase. This is the type of role play that I'm doing. This is what I've been showcasing this very cool RP, and I've been playing around this for ages. And then we'd be like, oh, well, it'd be cool if we could add on top of this. I don't know what that means, Mutant, but maybe Bird knows what that means.
For what? For the blanket thing?
Yeah, I don't know what blanket thing means.
So he essentially, when he says that, he means whenever you get this strawman role, that opens you up to everything as a strawman. Like you are now this strawman where you have the blanket ability to do so.
No. A strawman is a person. So I just learned this today. Today I learned this from Ink himself, that the role of a strawman was originally created for the solo players that didn't have friends or groups of people to play with, people that just played solo, people that nobody was like in a group, like kind of like William Reeves, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
I'm
no
not
friends.
No friends, haha. But people that back in the day were like, we would like to do more, but we can't get in a faction. We can't get a faction flag because we are solo players. So I think it was called IFM, Illegal Faction Management back then. And they then created the strawman role for solo players. And then, well, this solo player would be cool if they could do this, or that solo player would be cool if they could do this. So it's very specific niche things that your character and your story has been revolving around. So if you come to us and say, hey man, I've never had a fucking dollar in my life. I sleep in front of one of the tombstones in St. Denis graveyard with a blanket. That's it. You're probably not the right person for being a money launderer. You know, it needs to make sense. Aren't admin events scripted? What does that even mean? I don't understand.
Admin events scripted? I mean, at the end of the day, I think there's a goal, right? So, like, you start out with an idea, and then you'd like to get to this point. You start here, and then you have to just let it free flow in the middle. That's it.
Yeah.
I know for the admin events teams, whenever they sit there and they do their admin events, they kind of go over with the players like, hey,
yeah,
don't do this bullshit. Don't do this bullshit. Don't do this bullshit. But this is where we'll start. This is the end goal. If we all die in between or something crazy happens, just kind of go with it.
Yeah. Alice, I don't know what general stores. I don't know, but again, Jackal, ask the questions. We're more than happy to answer them. But yes, the strawman role in particular is if you come up with something cool, we can make it happen. Most likely. And I guarantee you, and I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't guarantee this, but I will almost guarantee you that if you come up with something fucking cool and you become the strawman for this, and then we facilitate it through admin ways, And if Golden hears about this, probably one night he's just gonna sit there. You know what? I'm a little bit bored. I don't know what to do, and he just fucking codes something for it, and boom, it's just there. Nobody knew he was gonna do it. That's not the first time something like that has happened when Golden gets a bright idea, and it's not the last time. Golden, yeah, he when he gets his golden ideas,
Yeah, he goes on a spree.
Yeah, he just goes on a spree. Okay, so. But yeah, we can't we can't force him to prioritize one thing over another, but we can definitely help you guys facilitate it in one way or another, or give you hints to it. But if you have any questions, Jackal, or Alistrus, sounds like a dragon from World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I thought it said Alistraz.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of, even if you're not a strawman or you just looking to incorporate something new, do you have, from your roleplay, Rainier, any examples of something you might have done on Rainier, on Kareem, on the scary lawman that grumbled a lot? Because I have one thing. One thing that I used to do on an old character that I used to have, Blondie. When I first made Blondie, I was like, what do I want to do with this guy? I had a little bit of an idea for a backstory that I was doing. It was cool, but I was like, all right, I did this story years ago. I want to do something different. I was like, fuck it, let's make something new. So I made this character, and he was a degenerate gambler, and he was a con man. At the end of the day, he was just a con man. I would get tags from the general store, which I think tags are the biggest roleplay tool on the server that you can get and literally just make an item whatever you want it to be, obviously in reason. But one thing I used to get was I used to go to Monette in Saint Denis, and she has her art gallery, and I used to buy different colored paints, and I would do this and I would do that, and I would go gold panning. So I would grab a bunch of gold nuggets and I would collect all these gold nuggets. And then one day I found the tags and I was like, I forgot these were a thing. Let me try it out. So I roleplayed getting the paint, got my tags, and then I found some paintbrushes and I roleplayed that I was painting all these little golden nuggets to be brightly different colored things. Like I wanted them to be sapphires, emeralds, rubies, that kind of thing. And I would go up to players and, you hand them a gold nugget that clearly says what it is, but then right above you just see it says emerald. And I would try to con people into buying these. And 90% of the time, people were super receptive of it. I had a couple people try to do /try to see if they noticed anything was wrong with it. And if they failed, then they would just buy a couple, and I would sell them for, $20, $30. I'd be like, these are really expensive. I got them in a game, and I'm not really a gem guy. I want to get rid of some of these things. And people would be like, yeah, oh wow, I'll take. I forgot the name of the character. He worked in right outside of Blackwater. There's one of those ranches before Armadillo. I think his name was Jengis. He bought a bunch of them. He spent like $200, and I gave him like a whole boatload. And then I guess later on, somebody grabbed him, and they were like, "Hey," they're like, "Let me see those," because he said how much money he spent. So they grab him and they inspect him, and they do /try. Do they notice that it's a fake? And they did. Their try succeeded. And when they looked at it, the one thing that I didn't even know because I'm an idiot, and I thought it was really creative. They grab this emerald, and they look at it, and they go, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be able to see through these things?" And he goes, "What?" And that's kind of how I started that little thing. But that's one little thing I had. I mean, obviously we have the tags are in, so they're script, but it required nothing new for me. It didn't require them to make something for me. It was all the tools that I have at my disposal to create some new role play. And I did it for a good while until I, felt like I was abusing it at one point where I was just doing it too much. And I was like, okay, I'm bored. This is not fun for me anymore. Do you move on to something else? But I think there's examples like that can really kind of kick shit up another level for you guys and really give you guys something interesting, or even have people notice that you do that and start being like, oh, it's this guy. I was like, I remember this guy. He's the scam artist. He was doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, perfect example. And not only like there are plenty of examples out there, like as you said, Rainier, for example. I didn't do anything but use the slash broom. That's all I did. I just slash broom. That's it. And maybe every now I do the slash bucket or have a bucket in my hand, and then I go up to window, put the bucket down, and do the slash wash window, and that was it. And it ended up with, me going around and getting hired by every single sheriff's office. I stalked Bird for ages, man. I reached out to him. Hey, are you NA or are you EU? I think I wrote back in the day just to know what sort of time zone, because he was a recluse to find at least for EU hours. And it ended up with me being so the way that they went around it was that Marceline hired me under the FAS, which meant that I technically had the keys for basically anything. I could lock myself into the sheriff's office and just start sweeping the floor, which I did. If you played a lawman a year and a half ago, you would 100% seen me going around. You would have found a detail from me saying windows are clean or floor. But again, it was the fact that I had keys. It was such chief janitor. It was such a little thing. All it required from Ranch Roleplay to give this job, this roleplay, was to literally just hire me and just say, don't abuse it. Cool. Fun shit. Another one. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and give you an idea, because I know that you said, Jackal, G7 said, I don't know where the limit is. Well, as I said, if it is within reason, the sky is the limit. Because okay, if you come in and say, oh, I want to mass produce Carcanos with a scope on it, we're probably going to say no. But, right, so what does it take to create TNT? Is it nitroglycerin it takes?
Never used dynamite a day in my life.
I don't know. Nitroglycerin, yes, right, which is already on the server. That's an item on the server. So maybe you play a fucking mad chemist? Maybe you play a mad chemist, Singe from League of Legends, or what was that guy in Wrath of Lich King? The guy that had that
Future Side.
Yeah, he had those two big bosses on the side, and then he had the big
Professor Future Side.
Yeah, Professor Future Side. That type, or what's the guy from the Gentleman of Extraordinary, like Dr. Jekyll, the Hyde thingy? You know what I mean? Like maybe you're just a fucking mad chemist, and then you have this dingy fucking little room somewhere where you fucking sit there and mix all this shit, and you make the fucking nitroglycerin, so people can maybe fucking create TNT, right? Does that make sense? Like, again, I'm not here to invent the wheel again, but an idea like that, your character's a mad chemist. He likes to delve and try to fucking mix, swirl, mix. Maybe that could be an idea. And I can guarantee you that if you've role played around this and you showed that for the longest time, you've been sitting there and you just like to sit there and role play that you mix, swirl, mix. Maybe that could be an avenue.
It's one of those things too, though. Whenever he says, show that you've really been like doing this role play, I think a lot of people want instant gratification sometimes on things. We really, really, really want something, and it's going to be something that you're going to stick with, and it's going to be a character trait or an ambition or a job or whatever it might be. Got to stick with it for a good amount of time and really like kind of build up that that entire thing around you. I'll shout Benny out for this one. I always just thought it was funny when he first made his character Otto. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this guy. I don't blah blah blah. Creativity, wah wah wah. Sorry, Benny. And then eventually he was like, I have an idea. He's like, I'm gonna be Otto, the traveling pickle salesman. And he slowly but surely started building it up. And now whenever I go in character, I hear people go, it's the pickle man. It's the pickle man, which I always think is so funny. But if you take the time and you build up something like that, and you're known as this guy, or like maybe you're known as that weird mad scientist who lives in the woods by himself like a freakazoid, right? Maybe that's an avenue that you can take in order to get the goals and the things that you want on the server. And yeah, documentation for sure. If people don't get to see everything you're doing, make sure that you make people see what you're doing. If it is an idea, take your own screenshots, take your own recordings, build up something for a few months or a month or a few weeks, whatever it might be. And then just throw it to people. Like, hey, check out this cool shit I've been doing. I'm really interested in getting this avenue going. What do you think?
Yes. And just to I'm gonna show you guys. Okay. A lot of you people, I say you people. Well, I probably shouldn't. A lot of you guys out there have probably ran into Karim in one way or another, and I will sometimes send you guys out on a quest to either make something or craft something. And it might not be available on the server. But when I ask that of you, all I'm really saying is get creative, right? All I'm really saying is get creative and do some documentation of you doing the RP. I had Mark McDuff, right? I had Mark McDuff, and I said, I would love to have a Scottish kilt. I told him, here you go, make, please, I would like a Scottish kilt, right? So what he did was he went out and he went to a tailor. I think it went back when we had a tailor in either in St. Denis or in Blackwater. He went out there and he documented that he was talking to the tailor and asking and requesting of them so they could explaining to them how the tartan pattern, I think it's called, is made, and then documented all of it. Right? And all he had to do was open a ticket on the Discord saying, this is what I've done. Boom, 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 boom. And then an admin goes in and says, oh, that looks awesome. Let me give that to you. It's as simple as that. I swear to God, I did it. I think it's like over a year and a half ago. I went to Tall Trees. Someone said they really, really wanted a stick to stir their stew with. And I decided to go to Tall Trees because I knew there was big trees there. So I went to Tall Trees and I did a lot of /tries to find the perfect stick. And then I opened up a ticket, say, can I please have a stick? And I showed
did that one for you.
Yes, I remember because you wrote in the ticket, someone give this man a stick. But let me show you guys how simple it is for us to facilitate your roleplay. Bird, you can talk a little bit now. I'm just going to open up the game real quick, and then I can show them how easy it is for us.
Just want to read this one. From Jackal. I got to think of something that, 1, is cool RP to me. 2, is something that makes sense for my character's lore. 3 is something folks have a demand for so that my character does actually matters in the server. I'll touch on that for you. Maybe it'll help you out. You do not need a demand for anything that you are trying to get done. What I've learned is if you are willing to put in the entertainment factor for something, like let's say you had something that nobody needed, right? But you sell it so good, or you give this roleplay that's just like, man, I want to go see this guy again. This guy's awesome. You can make whatever product, whatever type of niche roleplay that you're trying to build up, you make that demand. Exactly what Kimber said. You literally create that demand, and then people want to come and see you, and then you get more roleplay. That's so never, I wouldn't say hold yourself up to such a standard where you think, oh, I really like this thing, but nobody else will. If you're good enough at it and you're passionate about it, you will be able to get those things done pretty easily. I think most people appreciate anybody who's putting in effort, whether that be a voice, whether that be a storyline, whether that be your mannerisms and character. People love that kind of stuff. Wow, look at that guy.
Yeah. So what I want to show you guys is how easy it is, how little we need to do compared to all the roleplay and effort and time and blood, sweat, and tears you put into it to give you something unique. Okay? So let's say you guys want a very particular Bible. I just know because I have I have the file here. So let me just go here and go to upload.ee, and then I go like this. So choose file, and I go, there we go, Holy Bible. Upload. Get the direct link. Get item, what's it called? Old diary, I think. No? Oh, it's because I spelled it wrong.
You're doing get time. You're
get item,
time.
old diary. No. What is it? Get item, diary. No?
Weather diary, something like that. I don't remember. It's an off item. Tattered diary.
Tattered diary. Is that it? Yes. There you go. Good job, guys. Right. So where is it? Here we go. Right here.
Grave robbers.
So all I gotta do is I go here, change the icon. Boom. And then we could put in here Holloway's Holy Bible. Set description. Holloway is Satan. Right? Boom. And all of a sudden, you have a book with a custom skin, with a custom name, a custom description. There you go. And it even has a, when you drop it, it even looks like a book. Right? That's how easy. That took me all of 1 minute to do that. Oh, I gotta get Bert back up on the screen. There we go. That's all it takes. To give you guys an example, right? The other day, I don't know if you guys know who Brother Theodore, he calls himself. He is like kind of Holocaust protege.
Really?
And keeps her. He's the one that took that the doll, the haunted doll to the what's that down in the swamp, that big house you guys had as a
the manor or whatever it's called. I should know. We were there for like a year. It's whatever that one is.
Yes, that rundown manor, and he's the guy that went down there to check the spirits and all that. But he had Shady Bell. Yes, Shady Bell. Right.
Bell,
So
that's right.
he had an idea. Right. He had an idea. How about we get a book? But the book. Let's say you guys have. Let me. You guys know from like Shawshank Redemption or something like that. Like you open up a book and there's carved like a little chisel, hammer or something like that out inside the book. So when you open it, you got your tool hidden in there. You know what I mean? Like you've carved it out in there, so it looks like a book. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna ask Golden Layer how to code it, but there's another way we can make this happen. So what I did was this: get item envelope. I think it's a document folder, sorry. Document folder. No. What's the folder?
I think there's a space. No, am I bugging?
You know what? I'm just going to do something else here. It's called document folder, is it? Document holder?
Holder, that's what it is.
Holder. Nope. Is there a space, Golden?
Golden, what's all this then?
What's all this
then, Golden?
You know what? I'm just gonna go like this, and we go Rainier. Here we go. Give item. Document. Isn't it? No. Folder.
Holder.
Shit. What are they called?
The in-game?
Yeah.
No, now he's saying it's document folder. He's lying to us. He doesn't know what he's talking about right now.
Okay.
Golden, help.
Get item document folder. Is it in 2 words? No.
You're not spawning on ACP.
No.
Maybe try folder.
Oh, let me download some RAM. Fuck it. I can just go to
Well,
the
stream's over. It's all ruined.
document.
Thanks, Golden.
Okay. Get on them. Document _ folder. All right, here we go. Again, what I did then was set icon. Here you go. Now, let's just say Bible in quotation mark. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Wow.
So, right, if you are looking at this one right now, this is what you see. It's in this man's inventory. But you can open this, and all of a sudden you got 200 grams of stash. You know what I mean? You can hide a pop in there, or I don't know, whatever is less than 200 grams. But you guys see how little it takes for us. You guys come up with all the great ideas, and all I had to do was just change the icon from a envelope to a book, because that's what the RP is supposed to be. And again, it's not us coming up with the ideas.
Just helping facilitate it. That's it.
Exactly. You guys come up with all these crazy ass ideas. We just make it mechanically happen without having to ask Golden or Leo, which is, again, always where we're coming back to.
Yeah, I think they're tired of me asking them to do stuff.
Yeah. But yes. Wait, what's the spawn item thing? This is staff. Yes. The spawning of the items is of course only admins that can do. Why do you have a colored item? That's because I used the wrong link when I uploaded Kareem's. This was his old logo for Kareem's. So, and I uploaded it and it came in color. So that's a bit silly of me. But yeah, so hide my motor. You can definitely, let me show you the picture. Hammer in book. So let me show you guys, just like this, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is what the envelope is now representing. It's representing this. All right. Don't you think you'd be able to hide a blunt or two, or maybe even 3 or 4 in there? Most certainly can. Let's say you're a man of God. Here is, now, I'm not going to say that you should go and request this immediately. It just came to my brain. But let's say you want to be a strawman that smuggles shit into Sisika. Maybe you're a priest. Every Sunday you go to Sisika. You have a sermon. You give out the Holy Bible or anything like that to the inmates so they can read. The inmates then open the Bible. Wow. Inside the Bible, maybe there's something inside that book. That could maybe be a strawman. I'm not saying you should go and take this idea and use that and just say, I want that. But again, I'm not here to invent the wheel again. But that was an idea. Why not be someone that's the strawman for smuggling shit in, but you need a cover? Well, a priest comes out trying to rehabilitate the inmates. Could be a way, could be a psychiatrist, shrink, whatever it's called, a doctor. There's plenty of different ways. Could be Luis Delgado for all that matters. You know what I mean?
I would never.
Never.
The again, the coolest part about this is, like, we're just kind of showcasing, like, we can help you guys out with these things if you show that you're willing to put the time and the effort into it. But the best part about it is, like, the world is kind of your oyster. As long as you don't say, hey, like, I want a Dodge Ram truck to be spawned in a roleplay that I'm riding it, like, you're good. You know, you have, like, some weird little personality trait or something that needs a little tool. Just that little, you just need that little thing that can skyrocket your roleplay or make you super unique. Because at the end of the day, when you're role-playing, everybody wants to be unique, right? Everybody wants to have that cool character. Everybody wants to have that unique little thing that they're known for. And we want people to we want people to feel like that and to actually have those things come into fruition. But in order to do it, got to put in that work, got to get that that creativity sparking, and then just ask, say, hey, I got this, I got this little gremlin person walking around the streets, and he wants to be a janitor. Can I get something to incorporate that into my role play? And I think didn't they make you They made you. Did you make the badge? Didn't you have a badge or something like that?
Yes, I still have it here. That was actually, what was her name? Tanya Ellis, that used her monthly custom item, and turned it into a little broom with my name on it. But I did have the badge, but that's only because I was hired at FAS. I could do a /badge.
Oh, of course. No. I don't mean as in you get the physical badge. I just meant like the item. But there's things like that you can. Sorry, you can have little things like that, and then the funniest part is like Rainier could just say, I forgot how you even sound like.
Oh my god!
Oh, it'd be like, yeah, well, I got my badge.
Yeah.
And then we come up to Bird and show him the badge and say, I don't really care about that badge. Get away from me. But I do love little things like that, and it does take things to a higher degree. Like that was one of the first people I met when I first saw you doing that. I kept hearing about this Rainier guy's. He's a porch sweeper. He's doing this. He's doing that. And I was like, okay. And then you kept trying to find me, and I was like, I don't want him to find me. I was like, I feel like this is bad news. And then I did finally find you, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna hate this guy. And then now look at it. We used to drink moonshine together, and then I would even bring you around and be like, yeah, he's the chief janitor. Like doing something normal,
Yeah. Question: if I'm subbed that while but didn't use the custom item, I've lost the previous month's item. Right, only got this month.
Yeah. Yeah, it's use it in while you got it.
Use it or lose it is typically what we say. Right. If there are, of course, everything and anything we say is more like guidelines. Okay, I think there's only Shally, Golden, and Leo that could definitely say no, and then it's always a no. Even then, I think it might be. But yeah, to get back to it, to the original point of when I send you guys out on quests on Kareem to retrieve an item, a lot of the times it's items that do not exist, but it's me testing your creativity on how to create the item. And if you do it, watch any of us admins so fast spend 1 minute of our fucking time to craft you this custom item and help you facilitate your role play, and then you've just learned something new and you just realized, what's that meme with that guy that would like the universe explodes around? Whoa. As Bird said, you're the one that sets the limits, as long as it's within reason, of course. I mean, if you just want to say, I want to produce Gatling wagons 10 a day, no. Okay. Yes, the nitroglycerin, you know what I mean? Like, why not? There are so many things. Like, all it takes for us is I'll say all it takes for us. If it requires a script from Golden and Leo, maybe not. But if it's something like that, it's already on the server. It's something that maybe is required to craft TNT. Maybe you can't craft TNT right now, but it's certainly in the game and is seeded in by flags. But maybe a strawman could craft it, or at least fucking a strawman could get the nitroglycerin by being a fucking Professor Putricide. If you want to get an icon change, can you request it? Do you have to be Diamond Plus? Is that considered a custom item? You don't have to. The custom item actually comes with, it's not just diamond holders that can request. I can't remember where it off of the top of my head. I can't remember. Jamie, can you look that up for me? Good. Pull that up.
Jamie, record that. Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up, Jamie. But no, of course, a custom item is something you're entitled to if you pay for it. But a custom item can also be earned through roleplay. If you there's the what's the snitting one? The one where you sit there and fucking carve all day. Fucking what's his name? Duke Derringer used to sit there for hours every day on the porch of Valentine, just sit there and carve like a piece of wood. Right? Let's say that you sit there and you do that for I don't know, let's just say something, a month, and you open a ticket and you documented this and you show it and you go, hey man, can I get a piece of wood and have the custom item of a little dog or something like that? Of course you can. Of course you can. So it's not just Mystic Link. It's not just for Diamond Plus or whatever the tier is for custom item. Then you're entitled to it because you paid for it. But anyone and everyone can if they just put their mind, effort, heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears and document it. Tell you guys, I understand what you're saying about creativity, and I do love it, but I can also understand how someone may misunderstand in character, thinking what you're asking for has a specific function of some such. And therefore, it's a specific item with a mechanical function is what is demanded rather than a custom craftable. Yes, but on that one, I do cheat. When I give someone a quest for something that does not exist on the server, where I'm testing your creativity, I press the home button. I get your little number, your ticket train number, whatever you call it, and then I'll reach out to you in DMs. And I don't tell you how to do it. I tell you, in order to get this happen, you need to do. I did that to Spence. I did that to what's his name? Daniel Ox Daniel Baron Butcher. I did it to I met this Australian guy. I told him to make me a boomerang. I just reach out to him and say, listen, open a ticket, document everything. That's it. So when I give you a quest for that, I will always reach out to you in DMs and let you know what you need, like OOC wise, to make this happen. So, but again, this whole talk we're having is for you guys to like expand your mind and open up for that. Hopefully this will help that I don't have to DM every single person. You know, now you guys are aware. You can help spread the word that you can do this.
Yeah, so much as you put in a little bit of time, a little elbow grease, you can get a lot more things done. Let's see. Let me read this one. Did you already answer this mobile one?
The mobile? No, I did not answer that one.
Okay. So that's from items. Can someone get a mobile business that's just crafting powder horn or similar thing? It's a strange one to me because I believe if we were going to make recipes like that, they have to be tied to stuff or they have to be public recipes.
Yes.
So it's one of those. That's kind of like up in the air, I guess. It's really depending. I don't want to give a definite answer on that one unless Rainier has something.
Yes, I do have. There are several ways that this could happen. Right. So a traveling something that needs to craft something. Right. What it would need. We cannot tie a craft menu to you as your person. We have to tie a craft menu, the one where you go up to a cook station or any craft station or something like, and press, I think it's G. That has to be a static one. It cannot be dynamic. It can't just follow you around, as far as I know. Golden can correct me. But let's say that you say that I want to create a traveling, I think, I don't know if it's tied to a prop or a location. I don't actually know, but it's tied to a specific spot. So, then if you were to be a traveling merchant, okay, then let's say you have home or base in Blackwater, then you could definitely get it set up so you can craft this. That it is you, because all we need to do then is just like the same procedure as all of the recipes. We just have to go in and put it in the recipe. A recipe is not necessarily something you can eat or drink. It doesn't have to be something you can eat or drink. It can be something of something else. But you would have to go to that stationary spot to craft them, but you're welcome to travel around afterwards. Yes, chords. It's probably set by chords, so it's static. It's not dynamic.
Yeah, it is. To answer, it is set by chords. Just the moving ones is difficult. I don't even know if that's a possibility.
I
I
don't
think that's
know.
cool. If the the devs are out there, just hear us out.
I'm not entirely sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not set by chords. It's just added to your list of craftables near any campfire. Okay, cool. So you could potentially put down a campfire and then craft it.
I think they meant more so making a crafting table. Like you could turn a table into a gun bench, right?
Yeah.
Like you can do things like that. And I think they were more so touching on like if you had a wagon, would that be possible? Which at the moment I don't believe it is.
I don't. What was it that was done for Island 64 and his traveling haircutting business? What was done for him?
I think he got a menu. I think he can do a command and it would open the menu on the player and they could cut the hair like that. If I'm correct. I don't
Yes,
remember.
Bayas. You can definitely get a special recipe that's only for yourself. That's why only the Crab Shack could make crab in a can. The Kretzel, the fat crabs. Only people that were hired at the Crab Shack could craft these. There are public recipes, and then there are business tied recipes that only the owner and the people that are employed at that business can make. It's not a public recipe. And how hard would it be to get a kill in game for mana characters? I don't know.
Difficult. It would, unless it's already in the game. They'd have to literally make a thing. I don't know if that's even a possibility at this point. That wouldn't be unless we find unless you find an NPC with a kilt, probably unlikely.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I
Random
told
is a
you as
little
well,
bit more
Spence.
difficult.
You would have to go look it up yourself. It's already added in the game. For us to sit there and have to design it. That's a lot of work, and the whole fucking of this stream that Bird and I are doing is how to not ask Golden and Leo. Okay, that should probably be a statement that we prefaced or had the title of the stream: how not to ask Golden and Leo. All right, someone DM'd me on Discord, and I can't look at it without taking your beautiful face away. So let me see.
You can take me out, man.
For the comes out, RP making everything here. That right there, Bayas could 100%. If you pitch this idea, you could definitely get this done. It's a business idea. It's a business proposal, just like any other business proposal. And just because you have a business proposal, you don't necessarily need a building for it, bro. If you fillet fish, that's your business. Who fucking needs a location for that and a custom made MLO or shell or interior? Bro, all you need is a fucking knife and a place to craft it. No, but that's what I'm saying, Bayas. That's what I'm saying. You can definitely pitch that idea 100%. The less that we have to do, I'm pretty sure, and the more detailed you are in your business proposal, and the less that we have to do, mechanically wise, the higher the probability is probably that we're just gonna go, here you go, cool. But no, there's no stupid questions. It's just
this is a thing we want people to. If you guys have questions, just fire them off.
Yeah.
Just fire them at us. It's no problem. We want people to have a better time. Get the juices flowing. Kind of just think of new things maybe you haven't thought of. Maybe you have thought of it and you weren't sure if you could do it. That's the big thing we want for people. That's what this whole thing is. It's to bring a little bit of awareness. If maybe you're not used to these kinds of things, we just want people to kind of be aware of the possibilities that are able to have, and just off of an idea. Let's see.
Recipes are tied to your business. So, let's say Monty. Monty has apple strudels, and fuck, I don't know, but he's got apple strudels. Only the Knight's Tavern can craft apple strudels. Only people that work there, that are employed at that can make those recipes, because that is your recipe, your business's recipe. Let's see, what is Drex saying? I have a question. What if this is an item in game that you can in character, but you prefer to make it yourself? For example, a barrel. Instead of buying a barrel, you craft it yourself with wood or whatever and tack like a box or something like that. Listen, if you go through the extensive roleplay of getting the lumber, carving it out, and all of that, and get the material, and you craft yourself a barrel, and you document, as just like Johnny Three Toes said, documentation is the magic key. If you document it and you put it in a ticket and you show all the steps you did, and write what you did and why you did it, bro, it's a fucking barrel. It's not unreasonable. I'll give you a fucking barrel, okay? And then if you have a specific icon for it, yeah, we'll slap that on top of it.
Even for my light remote.
Final question then. Can items from the base game be in range? Yes. We can add base game items, I believe.
Yes. If it's a spawnable thing, like if it's on like Spoonie or something, we can definitely do that.
Yes.
There are some that are a little bit more difficult. They need to have, like, I believe there are some things that are just caked into the game and they're not items. For example, that there's a bear statue. Some people might know about. Things like that are a lot more of a difficult process.
Yes.
They would actually have to be ripped out of the game and made sure that they can be spawned in. I think there's a little bit of texturing that goes into it. Not too sure. But basically, if we can spawn it on Spoonie, I believe that we're able to have it as an item. And if it's anything else, it requires a lot more work to put in.
And to answer your question, J-Train, trust me when I say that ranches, houses, businesses, all of that, it gets seized constantly. Shally and Maharian, they sit there and they get told off, and people are very mean to them because they have to seize businesses all the time. Houses, apartments, ranches, businesses, all of it. It gets seized constantly. But it's not just a simple process of it's seized, boom, back on the market. No, it gets seized. First, there's a note that gets sent out in game, a telegram, where it states that due to your activity, if you don't, if you don't bring up your activity, we're going to have to seize your house, or something like that, something along those lines. If you don't respond to it, you don't pick up your activity, then the Department of whatever faded revenue.
Department of Revenue they have a couple of people that will go and they'll empty the house out, and then they'll revoke the keys, and they'll do all the role play of actually getting rid of ownership of that building. They'll change the locks, or they'll take away the keys. They'll do a bunch of different things with that. And then it's all kind of in character. Then I believe they send out telegrams as well to keep up with activity. Maybe that's REO, sorry. I believe REO will do something like that. One of the two. Or you'll get...
I'll get Maharian in the chat as well. He can help out if you got... Come to stream, please. There we go. He's way better with the REO and all that. Ooh. Yeah, but there is a system in place, and trust me, people are not very happy about it. Are hotel rooms planned to be in game, or is that not a thing? So there are plenty of people that have tried to run a successful hotel room. I know Lou tried for a long time to run the hotel in Valentine. Monty runs the saloon, rents out rooms upstairs. It's just a matter of actually having people to actually wanting to play it out, because all you really need to do to go to sleep, F8 quit. You know what I mean? Like, actually going through the role play of having to stay somewhere, that's not everybody that wants that. And we can't really force people, you must have a place to sleep. That wouldn't be fair. Question for solo crimes. Are they not allowed to have friends they can work with, or do they have to do things solo every time? Are you talking about strawman? Or what do you mean?
Is this just like a general question? Okay,
A strawman. Strawman. So if you're a strawman, and let's say you are a strawman and you go out and rob a bank, and you get caught and they figure out you're a strawman, you just lose your strawman role. You know what I mean? Like, if you get caught doing what you do as a strawman, you just lose the role. You know what I mean? It's just as simple as that, because you're not supposed to be someone out there public. Like, we had, not a lot of people knew this, but, well, probably more than I assume. But Father Judas, who was the priest in Monroe, he used to be a strawman for money laundering. Now, had he get caught, well, he would have lost the role and got sent to Sisika for 100 years. I don't know.
Well, I think I believe they mean from what I was reading on that. Well, let me scroll back up to it. For solo crimes, are they not allowed to have friends they can work with, or do they have to do things solo every time? I think that more so means if you are a strawman, are you allowed to be in a faction? And the answer to that is no.
No.
I believe that you have to be. I think of a strawman as a neutral party.
Yes.
Neutral party. You can still work with people. You can still work out with other factions. You can still assist groups and do this and that. You can't belong to a faction or strictly only give your business to like a group of your friends. Otherwise, it would just be an abuse of the system, and it would probably just get revoked OOC at that point.
Yes, exactly, because it's just too powerful a role. Let's just use LSM as an example. It's an established faction that's been here for ages. They could just potentially just on cooldown just rob banks. If they also then had the strawman role of laundering money, boom, 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 all of that, like, get it. It's too powerful. And again, strawman is someone that has to be neutral. They have to not take sides. So if you're part of a faction, your faction gets into a war with another faction, how's it going to reflect back on you that you're still providing your services to the faction that your faction is at war with? They're not going to like that one bit. I tell you what. They're not going to like that one bit. So you have to stay impartial, have to stay neutral. That's why you can't belong to a faction. Otherwise, there will be bias. There will be side taking. And that's not saying that, listen, if you're strawman, someone comes in and say, hey, man, I heard you launder money for the Genovese and we're the LSM. We're going to shoot you now. Ha ha. And then they shoot you and cut off your leg. Okay. They put it on themselves to not have your services anymore. Okay. If someone forces you to, deny them service, that's on them. But in general, you must be impartial and be neutral. So if you want to go out and do shit, well, it's on you. But you can't belong to a faction. Yeah.
There's one. What are some tips on creating organic and unique roleplay? See, that is a pretty loaded question.
Very loaded.
But some tips, like, I think for starters, what you should always do if you're going to make a character is you should, if you can't think of a in-depth, big, giant lord like background story, what the bare minimum that I think you should do with any character is kind of understand who is this person that I'm playing as? And you don't have to like fill in the blanks because this thing they're like this, right? You can fill those in as you go. One of the big things is my idea of a character is I want to play, like, I'll give you an example for my character, Louise. I really wanted to play like a Puss in Boots or the dude from Resident Evil 4, like some kind of cocky rogue type character who liked to trade and he liked to do things like that. And then eventually I learned, like, I was like, okay, I was like, this is what I want to do. How can I fit those mannerisms, right? And I made the voice talk a little bit like this. I watched Puss in Boots 1 and 2. And started just listening to the voices, and I was like, okay, these kind of mannerisms kind of give everyone that I talk to this kind of vibe, or they don't. There's a lot of little different things like that, but it really is important for your organic and unique roleplay is to make sure your character feels like a character, like you are somebody that I want to talk to again. If you can do that, and you can get people to want to talk to you and want to engage with you, you're not even going to be able to handle how much shit comes at you, because you're just, one day you could make friends with these people or make enemies with these people, and then the next day you're doing a mission with them, or they're coming after to kill you. It's always evolving, and it's always going forward. But if you can find those little tiny things that make it make sense in your realm of who you are as a character, you'll be able to have some really cool role play, and people will really understand what kind of character they're dealing with, which in turn will help you out.
So, Joe, to answer you on that one, which is what a point we made before you joined the stream, I think. So, a strawman role is not something, you shouldn't shape your character after the strawman role. The strawman role is just something that we can add on top of it and reward you with, because, hey, you've done this exceptional roleplay, this cool roleplay, and it's very noticeable, and we commend you for it. Chasing a strawman role, it's probably not going to get you very far.
Like, if the sole goal is to create a character because you're like, I'm going to get that thing, that can be an ambition for the character, but it shouldn't be the sole thing. The sole thing should be, I have this character and they get pushed in this direction. Here's the role play I've been showing. I would like to try this out. That's kind of the gist of it, or the Jysk of it.
Hey, if you want to supply rum, very simple. Pitch a business idea of a distillery making rum.
And if you want it to be like dirty rum, dirty hooch, make moonshine, tag it.
Yeah, make moonshine, tag it.
It's like bootleg rum. It's like maybe you make really, really strong rum and it gets people sick, or it's the most kick-ass shit, or it's so strong it's like illegal, that kind of stuff. You can tag stuff up, boom, there you go. You got moonshine rum.
Yeah. Well, this is true. So yeah, it's again, everything is possible basically. But yeah, to parrot what Kimber's saying as well. Play the character, see where it takes you, find your passion, and then make that into your thing, and then, pitch an idea of, hey, this could be cool. Like, one of the things that I had been juggling in my mind was a guy that not only being a smuggling priest, but also a master forger. Now, I say master forger, and Odin goes, oh, that sounds like blacksmithing. Hold your fucking horses. A master forger that could forge documents. So, let's say that Baby Arm Kimber goes rogue, right? Baby Arm Kimber, he's dead. He's gone. Well, how do we prove that he's gone? Well, maybe this master forger could forge one of, how we have on that on the Discord, we have the death certificate in there. Maybe they can fucking just turn up with a body and a death certificate. We caught this man red-handed in Kentucky, and he's dead. Here you go. Here's the death certificate. all of a sudden this motherfucker is dead, but he's alive. You know, there was what was it? Long time ago, fucking what were they called? Jim Butcher and Virgil Meredith and Butcher Gang. They went and got hired and was solicited with the sheriff's office or something like that under a different name.
Yeah, I can actually give you that exact story. I was the sheriff, and we had Virgil Meredith. I believe he went under the name. Ooh, I'm not gonna get the name right. His name, I think it was Clint or something. It was something. He was basically going undercover. He wanted to get into the sheriff's office. They were all kind of on the run. They wanted to be sneaky, and he wanted to be like the big bad. You know, he could take care of his enemies. I unfortunately found out through OOC means because I saw a new player join the legal Discord that was just made 25 minutes ago. So my red flags went off, and then I got informed DM, so I had to kind of stay out of it for a very long time. But got to see those things, and you know, he role played everything out perfectly. Like I think they went through the role play of going to I believe it was Saint Denis. They went to Saint Denis. They got a bunch of documents, and they wrote up a fake death certificate. They stole some like blank copy, something like that. And then used them to say, this person is dead, right? This person is gone, or this person is hiding, or I'm this person. I believe was the correct story. And then he came and he applied at the sheriff's office, and all of us were like, yep, you're hired. Like, cool. And then he had a cool corruption arc until he was blown to pieces with a shotgun in the middle of the street about a month or so later. But yeah, there's a lot of different things like that, especially with the forging stuff. I think we've had people do business contracts in the day, which can get a little dicey if they're too crazy, but you can do a lot of things like that, which I think is incredibly unique, especially if you're good at Photoshop. I'm not, so yeah, I never get to do that.
But yes, that is something that can, you know, again, it's just the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? Like, if you have the skills and you've role played that you forged documents, who knows what can fucking happen? You know what I mean? Death certificates, make a new life, a new beginning. Maybe you still have like this one catchphrase that you say that you slip out one time, and then someone from your dark past notices, and then someone is asking about the bank script. Oh yes, by the way, just for the bankers, if there are someone out there who's sitting with a little fucking money hungry, greedy little bank manager inside of yourself, we still have Blackwater is still available for anyone that wants to run that department. Annesburg, I don't think it's necessary to put a bank manager in Armadillo. I don't think that's necessary. I don't. And Strawberry, I don't even think they have a bank. It's like a walk-in bank, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I don't know if they even technically have a bank. I think we just make it a bank. I think they have like a telegram office, and they have a hotel that we use as a bank.
But yeah, so if you're sitting out there and you have a little dream of becoming a bank manager, wait, the role is there, man. The room of the telegram. Yeah, I know, but I know they have two bank vault, two like you can.
They have banks.
Yeah, but not banks like Saint Denis, Valentine, Rhodes, Annesburg has. Blackwater. So there are still positions open that we could set up for you real fast like that. But the bank system is coming. Okay. Yes, it is coming sooner rather. Let me check Trello. What does it say on Trello? Does it say anything in there?
I know. I just know personally that they are just checking for bugs. It's kind of in like I believe it's kind of towards like the latter end of it. It's just making sure that it works, and whenever you go into it, your bank doesn't die and you lose everything you've ever earned. So
it's in development. Let's see. All this is available for you guys as well. The Trello is public. Y'all can go in here and look. It's 63% done. We're still missing, obviously, ability to set up a routing number for business accounts, which can be directly paid to for invoices. Missing open up idea of having a bank account number. Create UI. Add products for stock/bonds. System and algorithm to determine price of certain derivatives or stocks.
Derivatives or stocks, yeah.
Allow users to purchase or sell stocks. You know, so it's there. It's there. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. So and my little dream for the bankers that are currently running, you know, we got to start from the bottom. Is that one day they'll have a script where they can, so little old bird here comes and he says that he wants to borrow some money for a house. I don't know, maybe he's got another kid he needs to be able to feed. I don't know. And so he goes into the back room with the bank manager, sits down, they talk about, and then the bank managers can approve or deny loans. You know what I mean? Stock market on ranch. It looks like it. Looks like
yeah,
we're
I
gonna
believe so. I believe it's gonna be it's gonna be involved with the banking update, directly correlated with it. It'll be interesting. I don't think it'll be anything too crazy. I know some people love that money, but I don't think it'll be insane at the start until we kind of see where it goes on the server.
Yes. And just like stocks, like everything, it's a gamble, okay? It might crash. Y'all ever heard of the great, what's that called in New York, that place? Isn't it in New York?
Talking about where we have all the stocks?
Yeah, what's that? The big place where they yell all the time.
The stock market?
Yeah, what's that called? It's Wall Street. Yeah, y'all never heard of...
Gotcha. It's just a stock exchange. Yeah.
Yeah. You never heard of the great stock market crash of 1901? Y'all ever heard of that? Well, you're about to. If you have a business that needs special roles, perms like in-game access to the railway, would you need to submit a ticket for that, or can it be solved fully? So, you want to run the trains? Is that what you're saying? New bricks?
We do have train factions.
We do have train factions. We have train factions.
Yeah. There is the Monroe Rail Service is a faction currently that is still ran. And I'm pretty sure they're still always looking for people. They're active. They do bring out the trains. Well, getting in the process, I believe we're trying to add a few more trains to it. At least what I think. I do believe so. I don't want to have any train people hear me and be like, oh my God, but pretty sure we're looking at a few. There's some that players can't spawn that we can, so we do have that ability as well. And yes, Desmond runs it. The train faction is I think they're based in, well, I won't tell you that. They're based in the server somewhere. You can find them. They are there. Yes.
And we all have our little projects, each and every us from senior admins and up that runs the team. And Leo has the banking is his little love story, or whatever you want to call it. And the trains, I believe that's Golden, because he big fat nerd. He's not fat, he's not big, he's short, but he's lovely, but he loves the trains. Okay, he loves the trains. Okay, so if you can come up with some cool ideas for the train, I'm pretty sure you'll be in Golden's good books. And I love the trains personally, man. I just fucking love it. Listen, on Kareem, I used to literally just put Kareem's open, where Kareem's traveling services, and I'd just be on the train, and I'd just sit there and go round and round and round in circles. People could come to me and get on the train. I love the trains. I love being able to see the server. But yeah. This is I'm happy we did this, actually.
Me too. I'd like to not be hungover next time.
Because it's very informative. How about events where the train is transferred, like gold bars one time, etc. There are plenty of those types of events, and if you have an event idea, open up a ticket. We have an entire team dedicated just to events. So if you have a cool ass event for something where you think, oh, it'd be cool if we could transport something like this and this and that, cool. Trust the fucking event team to set it up and maybe even seed in a little bit of information about this, that maybe on this day around this time a train is gonna have some pretty cool cargo. So the big bad guys also have a, because what's the American, not the American dream, the cowboy dream when you want to be a bad guy is to rob a train, isn't it? Ride up, jump on the trains, or hands up, motherfuckers, and then rob a train. Or in case you're Bird, you just want a horse with a mustache.
All I wanted. That's all I want. See, would I be able to create an competing railroad faction? For questions like that, open up a legal faction ticket. We can have discussion. I can't promise anything like that. I'd have to talk to the big people about that to see exactly if that's even a possibility. I think we had it at one point. I just don't truthfully know at the moment if we're doing 2 or we're keeping with 1. I know there was I can't remember too much about the armadillo.
Yeah, the New Austin.
Station?
We don't talk about that one. That one. We don't.
Open up a ticket. We'll talk about it.
So there is an option to run a train company down in New Austin on the west. There is most definitely one, and Benny actually did that really well on well, hello there, now there. What was it called? Would take
Can't
you now
remember the
there.
character's name, but yeah.
What was it called?
Dalton. No.
It was Dalton.
It was a Dalton.
Dalton, but it was the way he's like the railway now there. We take you now there, or something like
I
that.
go down on the railroad down there. I was on the train now.
He had this catchy name with it, and it was fucking hilarious. And listen, it was down in New Austin. You don't really go any fucking where. You go to Armadillo.
What a big circle. Yeah.
You just go in a circle in the desert. But having Benny going around there, and he just fucking yapping all the time is hilarious. But if you were to have a competing railroad faction on the east side, it's probably going to be a little bit hard because train.
It's caked in as the. I believe it's been caked in as the government train system currently where it is, because we do have them as the legal faction where it is currently. But like what Rainier said, if you do want to go to the west and you would like to do that, please give us your ideas, see what you want to do, and we can for sure have a chat about it.
Yes. There's always listen. The worst that can happen is we say, "I'm sorry, but that's not possible." That's the worst thing ever, but trust me, keep it in mind as well. Because if you have an awesome idea, we're probably going to remember it and try working towards it when next time Golden and Leo has a slot open in 2028 or something like that. But yes, I hope that it has opened up your mind to what you're able to do at Ranch Roleplay, and you're not just limited to scripts. And even more so, I hope that you help by spreading the word to all your friends that also play here, and even tell your friends that don't play here to come play here. Hey, let me tell you something. Hey. But that help us spread the word to your fellow players as well, that things are possible. You just got to documentation, do the RP, and we will happily fucking help you out facilitating it. That's all we want. Trust me when I say all we really want is just to fucking you guys do awesome RP. Is the VOD gonna be up? Yes, for about I don't know, seven days. I don't fucking know. No, it's not 7 days because it's affiliate now. So 30 days, I guess. The VOD is going to be up. But I think this was a pretty good success, according to how I feel at least. So I think that we're probably gonna do this again sooner rather than later, and do another Q&A. I know we were supposed to talk about how to facilitate becoming a strawman, what we can expect from you, but also how to create roleplay from nothing without getting going there. But any questions at all, you know what I mean? Any questions at all are more than More than welcome. I don't even have any more. My throat is actually getting sore, but that's because I'm sick.
I have coconut water downstairs that I'm gonna be chugging as soon as this is over.
I got a Pepsi Max bottle that's been sitting there for about 2 months now. Let's see if that still tastes good. Jesus fucking Christ.
It hissed at you. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
You say 2 months?
Tastes like Pepsi Max.
There you go.
There you go.
That stuff can't go bad, right?
No. There's preservatives in it to keep it fucking, yep.
Pepsi Max, hit up Jysk Gaming.
Yeah. It's because I'm fat, so I can't drink the sugary stuff. Chemicals will make you big and strong. Hell
True.
yeah. That and protein. But yeah, I mean, if there's no other other questions, I ain't got any more for you guys. And I do, honestly, my throat is starting to hurt, so I don't want to sit here. But we've also been yapping for an hour and a half now.
Normal day.
Normal day. But I do think that that we should do this again sometime soon, where we just sit. I think it's great for the community. You can come and ask all your questions. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the subject we started out on, but to create transparency for you guys as well. Because at the end of the day, all we want is for you guys to have great role play. That's all we ever want, man.
We're just two dudes drinking Pepsi Max across the world from each other.
Hey man, I saw that was Jim Beam or something like that can you were sipping on before.
No, I'm drinking a probiotic soda.
Oh, okay. You need to get hydrated again, get some salts in. Yeah. All right, cool. But yes, the VOD will be up. And let's see, is there a
show some love to some ranch streamers?
Yep. Show some love to a ranch streamer. Let's see here. I'll pull you over here. We got Clint W, Dr. Jess and Dubs RP, Dutch, Sophia Gruel, and Tough. And I like to just like either fucking I'll roll a d6. Should I just roll a d6?
Let's roll a d6.
Roll a d6. Okay, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. 5. That's Sophia Gruel. Cool. There we go. I'll send you guys over there. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. Bird, I'm gonna let you yap for a minute exactly because that's when it automatically rates.
Okay, yeah, I can yap for a minute. Do you want to tell them about Hell in a Cell?
Oh yeah. Okay. First of all, y'all don't know about this, but all of this stuff that we've been yapping about for what, an hour and 37 and 37 minutes. Okay,
you're wasting daylight.
Yeah. You guys, don't let this distract you from the fact that in 1990, what was it? 1998. Yes, The Undertaker threw mankind off Hell in a Cell and plummeted 16 feet through an announcer's table. Okay? Yeah. Again, if you want to be a banker, open up a ticket, ask for me. I'll help you facilitate it. We still got 2 or 3 open spots left. Thank you for coming. Thank you for asking all your questions.
Thank you.
Now I want you guys to spend the last 20 seconds of hyping up Bird. Tell Bird how fucking cute he is and how good he looks, and then
let me really good in that shot.
Yeah, let me pull you up here, buddy. Pull you up here. Here we go. Tell Bird how much you guys love him.
You don't have to do that.
Yes, tell him right here.
Just remember my PayPal. Everybody, make sure after the stream you send me at least $25. Please and thank you. See you soon.